Hello everyone, I'm Victoria and today we are talking about Asia and the energy of the continent. And after that, we will also be talking about the mission of everyone who lives in Asia. So it doesn't matter if you were born there or you moved there, if you live there or lived at a certain point of your life, then your mission is related to the mission of the whole continent. So let's take out the cards here and see what we got. But before I talk about that, I wanted to mention that I did make a video like this about Europe. So if you want to see it and you haven't, I'll link it here. And I also want to mention that Asia is a big continent. If you haven't seen my video about Europe, I need to say that we are talking about the energy of the continent. So this is the overarching energy around everything, but each country will have its own energy and mission and etc. Stacked on top of that. So this here is about all of the countries in Asia, and every country will have a little bit of this in some kind of way. But again, each country has its own individual energy. So if you wanted to go deeper into that, it's possible. But right now we're talking about Asia itself. And we have here the tailor and the walker. So with the tailor here, we have attention to detail and pride. And attention to detail, really, the tailor itself, I'm not surprised it's coming through because it's a card, a hard-working card. A card with hardworking energy. The tailor is a hard worker who makes beautiful things. Their hands are magical. They make the most astounding creations, but they are also prone to overworking themselves, to working too much, focusing too much on what they're doing, what they're making. And they do tend to burn out, but also there's also an energy here with the walker of not knowing why they're really doing that. They're doing that because they were told to, but they don't know why they're doing it. So there's this kind of energy of creation, like creating beautiful things, or a lot of things as well. As we know, a lot of the things that we have around us in our home and our clothes and everything is made in Asia. Cheap labor, etc. So they produce a lot of what we all use. But do they really know why they're making it? That is the question. There's also pride there. I feel this pride, part of it is coming from the creations and from having pride that they can make so much, that they can do so much, and that they can create all of these things that people are using around the planet. But there's also something more there, something from many years, like thousands of years, that stayed there. Pride that's related to history, related to something bigger. I feel like people from there have a pride of being them, not being themselves, being from there and being from something that their ancestors did. They're prideful, but again, they don't know why. It's an unknown journey. There's a lot of unknowns. I feel that the energy there is just very much undetermined still. It feels a bit like it can go any way. So right now, we don't know what way they're going. They don't know what way they're going. It could go bad. It could go good. It could go neutral. It could go something else. Black, white, gray, all of the colors of the rainbow. They don't know where they're going. Not people individually, but the countries and the leaders and everything. It's just very uncertain in terms of future as well. And I really feel like there's something there. They're leading me to talk about something about pride related to the sun and to worship, and pride related to um yeah, the sun and worship, to maybe to possibly for some to religion, or to some related to teachings and enlightenment, but there is much pride there. It feels like the people and the energy there is like, I know I can do it, I just don't know what I'm doing, or I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. And again, it's that kind of doing things but not knowing exactly, not being fully awake, being trusting your intuition but not fully knowing where you're going, which is not bad, but it's also sometimes it can lead you to a certain situation, because is it intuition that you're trusting, or is it just that you're doing things just because you're being told to do things? So I feel like there's a bit of a, that going on there. Some areas and some people are definitely more on one side, and others are definitely more on the other. Let's take a look at these cards as well. The Tarot. We have the Ten of Cups, the Justice card, the Six of Cups, the World, and the Page of Cups. So there's a lot of cups here. There's a lot of emotions. A very emotion-filled place. And cups and water are also to do with spirituality. And again, I was talking about the sun, the worship, the ascension, the knowledge. It is an old place. It's like it's telling me this is one of there's parts of Asia that are some of the oldest places on the planet. I don't know if that's true. That's what they're telling me. If anyone knows, you can tell me down in the comments. But there's that kind of feeling of amassing a lot, and almost kind of feeling like, yeah, we're prideful because we're some of the oldest nations and countries, and we've seen the other continents and places grow, at least in terms of what they've seen, I guess. They may not have seen some people, but they might have existed. I hope you understand what I mean by that. That was not very well explained. Yes. Anyway, the Justice here. There is definitely a balancing happening right now. And I can really see that it's coming because of emotions. There's nostalgia there. There's nostalgia to the past and the old. And again, that pride of things that are old, and the pride of what your ancestors did, for example. But I feel like that's kind of what's forcing some things to go in a way that they're going. And it's happening so that balance can be brought. Because if someone does something in the past, karma exists in terms of, our own personal human, my personal karma, for example, but it also exists in terms of continents, countries, nations. So there's things that need to be balanced, energies that need to be balanced. Things need to happen the way that they're happening because there's a lack of balance. And because it's coming with the Ten of Cups and Six of Cups, I feel like they're very positive cards. So it feels like this is happening with love. And I'm a bit shocked in a way that I'm saying this, but it feels like what's happening there, and the whole continent as a whole, everything that's being balanced right now is happening because of love. or the search for love, the search for happiness. And there's a feeling here of experiencing a lot because of the age, because of all of that, so many experiences, and it feels like a cycle is ending with the Ten of Cups, with the World. They're both the endings. You know, the 10 is the final number card, and the World is the final card in the tarot, in the major arcana. So there's an ending here. We're ending all of these cycles, and to end these cycles, things need to be brought to balance. You can't end something. You can't just leave a house and leave all of your stuff there. Someone needs to take care of that. And if you don't take care of that, maybe at some point you're going to start getting calls. Hey, you didn't take care of this. You need to deal with this. And right now, the continent is dealing with whatever it had to deal with. Because there's a lot to deal with there. The journey has been long, and many things have been learned, many things have been done. But now it's time to start anew here with the Page of Cups. It feels like a brand new understanding. I'll say we, but it's not me. I'm not from Asia and I don't live in Asia. There was a particular understanding in the past of the people, but now there will be a new understanding. So the beliefs are going to completely change. I can strongly feel that they all, like the whole energy, the whole continent held particular beliefs for so long. But now that's going to start changing. Everyone's beliefs are going to start changing. They're going to be finding a lot. And I think part of how some of, at least some of the people there will find more about this new way of feeling and this new belief, how they'll find it is by searching in the history, searching in their own history, looking deeper into the history, kind of reading more between the lines, not taking it, straight as it's said, because, sometimes some things are not exactly true. And sometimes some things you just need to read between the lines to find out the truth. But I really feel like there's going to be a very strong change of beliefs and a change of the way that people love, a change of the way that people think about feelings. There's a particular feeling right now about family. I feel like family is just very important there in the whole continent, and this is going to change a lot. People there will not care as much about family. Not that they won't care, but there will be more of a feeling of wanting to go out and create your own thing, go out and find your own beliefs, find your own way of doing things, find your own things that you love and the way that you love. It's not going to be the same way that your parents loved you if you're from Asia. And that is something that's very strongly felt there. But, I've seen it happen here too, in Europe, for example. And I'm sure it's happening all over the world, but this is definitely a big thing in Asia, like big thing that is very prominent in the energies right now, that change of how you love, that change of how you even think, and what you think about feelings and emotions. Maybe in the past you were told to keep them in and not pay attention, but now people are gonna start opening up more to that and to feeling their feelings. Access your gifts. Explore your treasure chest and accept who you truly are. Accept who you truly are. That definitely gives me kind of Page of Cups energy, because again, in the past, there was this feeling of tradition. Oh, yes, tradition. Of course, tradition is the world. Traditions were kept. So whatever your family did, however they thought, etc., that is how everyone continues to do things. But now there's going to be a shift in things. Most people will want to go out and do their own thing. Most people will want to find what they're really good at, what they really love doing, find themselves and start accepting themselves for who they are. Because in the past, because of tradition, many people could not accept themselves because they would find that they have feelings, they have thoughts that are not, in harmony with tradition. So they would have to keep that down. And I think that's part of what is being balanced now as well. Just the way that everyone is going to deal with emotions and deal with their own strengths, with their own abilities. Like the tailor, very talented, very gifted person, but why are they doing what they're doing? And are they overworking themselves? Are they caring for themselves? Who knows? Not even they do. And the last card we have about the energy of Asia, the Cosmic Heart, Devotion, Potency, make your life a moving prayer. Again, a feeling of starting to become more spiritual, and in a way, again, looking back into the history and to the teachings, the older teachings, again, reading between the lines and taking parts of the traditions that the person themselves feels are for them to use and that are positive to them to use. It feels like a heart opening as well. Really, like finally, it's like Asia itself, the whole continent, will finally find its heart. And just like with the planet, when we wake up, the planet wakes up. When the planet wakes up, we wake up. And we are waking up because the planet wants to wake up. It wants to know itself. So we want to know more about ourselves. And when it comes to Asia, the continent itself wants to open its heart. The continent itself wants to finally accept itself, love itself, and find that peace as well, find that balance. And because of that, people there will want that. People there will search for ways to do that for themselves. So it's all related. I hope you guys understand. And definitely a strong spiritual awakening feeling. It will be very strong there. It feels like many people will wake up. The more that they dive into the teachings left from behind. Let's look now at what the mission is of people who live there. Again, you don't have to be from there. You might have moved there, but you still live there. So this is what your mission is. And it's very important to know that because it helps the whole continent. And then when you help the whole continent, you help the whole planet. It all goes really great like that, doesn't it? We have the Magician, the Hanged Man, the Star, Five of Pentacles, and King of Swords. So the Magician, again, we have this feeling, I keep saying it, but the spiritual awakening and the starting something new. Everyone there right now is there so that they can start something new, so that they can start looking at things in a whole other way, looking at things upside down, finally realizing, hey, these traditions we've been following, are they even good? What's the point of them? It's like in the past, everyone was blindly following these traditions. What is the meaning of these? And actually realizing the meaning. Like, I think it will be very much to do with the looking at the religions as there as well, and the current state of them. Why are we believing these certain things? Where do these things come from? And are all of them really true? Seeing for individual persons, what really is true for them and what isn't, and what resonates with them and what doesn't, and understanding more about that, just seeing the world in a whole different light, and starting to become more positive about it, because in the past I feel that there was definitely a lack of things, and a mentality of being scared to not have things, being scared, maybe overworking because you're scared. I'm talking like you, but overworking because you're scared of not having money, of not having a home, not having this, that. But there will be an up-leveling of the people's thinking itself, because of the people that are living there now. People are not just gonna blindly follow things anymore. That is starting to all fall apart. People are not just going to stay down in the dirt. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. It's like people are forced to follow certain things, certain religions, certain traditions. They are forced to overwork. They are forced to go in a particular way, all out of fear. But all of the people there that are living now, it's their time now to change that. It's their time to completely shift the way of thinking. And by doing that, it feels like Asia, because it's such a big continent, and because there's so much energy there. There's so much energy there, and such old energy. Once people there start unlocking and working more with the energy there, it will really kind of supercharge the planet in a way. It's like changing a light bulb. It was like completely off or shining really lightly, and then you change it, and then it starts super shining. Like the hangman's head right now, it's shining because has more understanding. He turned around, he sees the world in a different way. So finally he can have a different viewpoint. He can see that, hey, I can do more with my life. I can discover more about myself. I can discover more about who I really am, where I come from, and I can make my life much better than people were telling me that my life should be. Or yeah, it just really feels like people there are really, I don't think it's everyone, by the way, like not every single person there is working on this. Some people are just living in the past energies, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that it's particular people that are there to change some of this, and a lot of the younger people as well, who are being born now, or who are young now there or from there, definitely have part of this as a mission. We also have the astronomer here with a discovery, if I can say that. The astronomer definitely discovery, like I was saying, looking deeper into the beliefs, why certain religions have certain beliefs, and what came from where did it all really come from, and what parts were made up by tyrants to keep the masses down, and what parts are really there to help enlighten you. So discovering about themselves, the people about themselves, discovering about the place, discovering about the culture, discovering new things, just newness, very, very much Age of Aquarius kind of energy, of course, and so we're in that age. But most likely, some of the people that are living there are also living there to make big discoveries, like, for example, finding, creating new ways of healing people, creating new ways of new machines, new things, you know, they're making robots now there. And they're advancing humanity in a certain type of way. So that's it, discovering more and more and advancing, moving forward. We also have star family. So I really feel like a lot of people will, there's definitely a discovery of your own soul family in star family, but there's something about coming together, different people from different cultures, different backgrounds, different countries, different even continents, you know, finding each other in Asia. I feel like it's a very important meeting spot, or you don't something interesting that they're telling me is you don't even have to be in Asia to meet someone from your star family. You're meeting them because of something that may have been created in Asia, for example, or because you have a hobby related to something made in Asia, something of this sort. So you're meeting a lot of people because of Asia, and people there are specifically there to create things to help us find each other, which is interesting, and to help connect everyone in a certain type of way. Not really sure exactly fully what that means, but I guess we'll see in the future as well. We also have Krishna here, very, very thematic. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. So exactly, the people there, their mission is, you guys who are living in Asia, your mission is to trust your intuition, trust your guidance, trust that you're always being guided to the right place, to the right information. You're listening to this, so you need to know this clearly. You need to understand why you're living there, why you were born there, why you're living there, why you were so drawn to there. And you need to remember that you're loved and connect with your star family. Maybe there's also something about connecting with the star family and the energy there, because it's so high in certain places. You have a much easier time connecting with your star family. And I also have this feeling that some people might meet their star family possibly in real life, and I'm not talking about the human star family, I'm talking about the, you know, ET star family. Some people might meet them literally there in some kind of way. So that would be also interesting if you guys ever have that kind of encounter. I'd love to hear about it. We also have Serapis Bay with Ascension. Move into your true self, rise above darkness. The light is here again. Rising above the darkness, rising above, and not allowing tyrants to bully you anymore. I really feel like that's very strong there, that kind of energy. Not allowing tyrants to bully and put down the common people and the normal people who are the masses, to, you know, bully them into being submissive, bullying them into being easy sheep to herd. The people there, you guys' mission is to start waking up, to start ascending, to start realizing who you are, what you're capable of, and that, you know, you don't need to be controlled by fear. You don't need to be controlled. Nothing is controlling you. It's only the fear that's stopping you from accomplishing certain things. And the last card I have for you is Manifest Your Dreams. So all of you guys living there, manifest your dreams, find your vision. Focus on your vision. Find your vision first, focus on your vision, and then seek satisfaction and contentment. Try to be as happy as you can. Create the most beautiful, wonderful life that you can. And if it's in Asia, even better, because that's part of, you know, your mission here. But if you feel like you need to move to another continent, that's maybe what you need to do. But regardless, you are there to bring about this new energy, to help people realize that, yeah, I don't need to be scared anymore. Maybe I can do more with myself, more with my life. You're helping them change their perspective. And that's wonderful, isn't it? It can be hard, but it's wonderful. And at some point, you'll feel very proud of yourself if you don't already. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. This was quite long. If you made it to here, well, let me know in the comments if you watched all of it. And I hope that you enjoyed. I hope you guys, have an amazing time with all of this energy, dealing with it and doing your mission if you do live there. And yeah, if you like this video, let me know in the comments. Again, leave a like, subscribe, of course, if you haven't. And if you're interested in a personal reading, details of how you can contact me are down below in the description. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.